Donovan here, and today I'm going to go through the exact sort of strategies that we use when we're running Facebook ads. Now, when we run Facebook ads, if we're not getting between £1 and £3 per lead when we first start out, I'm not happy. I'm really not happy. Now, the results that we get are pretty ridiculous when it comes to advertising, and I want to run you through the sort of structure that we use when we run Facebook ads. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now, if you don't know who I am, my name's Donovan and I work with martial arts schools and I help put a load of new members into their schools. The average client that we work with gets 75 new members across the first 90 days of working with us. But that's enough about me. I'm going to go into what I've promised you is to come in this video. So let's go straight into this now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go onto that ads manager there, but I'm going to go ahead and pause it first and switch over. And I'm going to talk you through how we actually structure this campaign. So here is one of my current clients' Facebook ad campaigns. Now, as you can see, we've got a few campaigns that are running up here that are getting between £2.18 and £3.35 when it comes to the actual cost per lead that we're getting. Now, if you look further down here, these were the sort of results that we were getting that my client was getting before working with us. You know, they were getting £15 per lead down to £8.90 per lead. So decent cost per lead, realistically, like a pretty decent one. But we want it to be even stronger, and these are the sort of results that we're getting. So I just wanted to showcase that to highlight that if you're someone who's currently getting between £15 and £8 per lead, £15 to £7 per lead, these sort of campaigns that we are running definitely will work in your area and bring down the cost per lead, you know, exponentially. Now, if we go over to these on their own, as you can see, we've spent £1,494 on advertising, and we're getting an average cost per lead of £2.41 across all of that money, and we've got 620 leads. I just wanted to showcase that the way we are running ads isn't just getting us a low cost per lead for like 10 minutes or a week or whatever. It's getting us a low cost per lead for, you know, a long time and a long stretch of budget. And it's still, you know, it's at £3.35 right now. Yeah, it's, you know, it's rising slowly, but we're getting some very, very good results. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to our other ad account now, and I'm going to show you how to actually build out the way that we run our campaigns. So first thing you want to do is you want to obviously go through to your Facebook Ads Manager. I'm using a ad account here that I don't use very often. I just use it to build things out. So I'm going to go ahead and do that for you. Now, I'm conscious of time here. I'm going to try and make this a quicker video than, you know, the videos that we usually do. So I'm going to try and fly through this. So if you need to pause it or slow it down, then feel free to do so. So what you want to do is you want to do a lead campaign. That's the type of campaigns that we run. Now, this is the exact way that we set up our campaigns. I'm going to show you everything here. So first things first, name it whatever you want to name it. I want to name it Kids Campaign Birmingham, because let's imagine we've got a martial arts school in Birmingham that we're working with. Oh, and then we don't turn on Advantage Campaign Budget. We don't do any of this A and B testing. As far as this is concerned, as long as that says leads and that just says auction, we're happy and we don't need to do anything else here. Now go over to the ad set level. And this is exactly how we do it. We have instant forms. We don't use website. We don't use Messenger. We find instant forms are better personally. We've got the stuff on the back end so we can follow up with these leads very, very quickly. And we found that following up with leads quickly get us a better result when we use forms than we do when we use Messenger. On top of that, when we send people to the website, there's various issues that can come about with that. I just prefer personally to use instant forms. So instant forms is the one that we use. We want to maximize the number of leads that we get, and then obviously we want to assign a Facebook page to this. So go ahead and assign your Facebook page there. Cool. And then when we scroll down, we personally don't mess about with this cost per result goal. Reason for that, when we've done it in the past, sometimes for some reason, if Facebook can't hit the goal, they start to not really spend the money. And it just yeah, I'd rather just spend it and, you know, make changes to try and bring the cost per lead down than give Facebook here a goal and then Facebook stops spending the money. So we don't mess about with that. Then when we get to this part, what we personally do is we turn on dynamic creative. What that means is when we come to the ad level, it means we can put multiple different images and videos and whatever we want to put within the ad, and Facebook's going to find which ones work the best, match it with the ad copies that work the best, and it's going to match it with the headlines that work the best. It's going to try and give us the best result we can possibly get. Now, since we've switched to actually using dynamic creative as opposed to, you know, manually importing different creatives in here, we've actually got better results. So dynamic creative is something that I swear on, and I would turn that on personally. Cool. From there, you obviously want to put whatever your budget is, £10 per day, £15 per day, whatever your budget is. And then you want to go ahead and put your start date. Now, I recommend whatever day you start the campaign on, just start it in the morning, unless you're going to start it like right now. But I'd recommend if you just set it so it starts tomorrow at like 8 o'clock, then that means it'll distribute the budget evenly across the day. Cool. And then it's the 8th today, so we want to obviously pop that to the 9th. Cool. Then scrolling down, we obviously want to put the location that we're targeting. So what we find is best, especially for kids campaigns, is we find targeting. So I'm based in Birmingham. So I'm just going to put Birmingham City Centre. So let's imagine I've got a martial arts school in Birmingham City Centre. What we tend to find works for most martial arts schools is anywhere between 2 and 5 kilometres is what works best in terms of actually getting people to turn up. Now, obviously, if we put 100 kilometres, then that's great. That's amazing. We're going to get loads of leads. But they're not going to be able to travel to our martial arts school, so it doesn't make sense. You know, when you're getting into numbers like 10 kilometers and 11 kilometers, like it's just too far. People aren't going to travel from these sort of locations. You might get a really low cost per lead, but it isn't worth it because, you know, no one's actually going to come to the door and no one's going to join your school. So you want to realistically, I'd say 3 to 5 kilometers is the sweet spot. 5 kilometers would be too big for like a central city like Birmingham. Like that's a huge audience size. It doesn't need to be that big. I'd say most areas, 5 kilometers is what you can get away with. But I'd say anywhere between 3 and 5 kilometers is the sort of sweet spot that you're going to want to be hitting. Cool. And then when we go down to our age range, what we find works the best, and I don't know why it does, but we find to get the best results, ages 23 to 57 give us the best results. So 23 to 57 is what we target. Below 23, they don't really become a lead. They might click on the ad, but they don't become a lead, especially for kids classes. Or if they do become a lead, their child is generally, 2 years old, 3 years old, too young for the martial arts classes. So, 23 to 57 seems to work really, really well. And we try to go as broad as possible here. So what will happen is, let's imagine everyone who's becoming a lead is between the ages of like 30 and 40. Facebook will mainly show the ads to those people and will stop showing it to people who are like younger than 30 or older than 40. So Facebook will find who's clicking on these ads. So don't worry about thinking that this is too broad. Just don't worry about it at all. Now, from there, we leave it on all genders. We don't target men or women specifically. Of course, that's something that you can experiment with if you want. But our starting campaign, generally, we keep it like this. Now, as far as detailed targeting, you can have that on or you can have it off. It doesn't make much of a difference as far as over here. But what we have found is if you leave it on, it means that your Facebook ads tend to not go into the learning limited stage. I don't know if you know what that means, but it basically is a weird stage that Facebook sometimes put ad campaigns in. If you have this on, it will stop it from going into that weird stage. Now, as far as the placements, when you are running the ads, you want to edit the placements. So this is what we do. So you want to edit the placements. And what we personally do is we put it on manual placements. We scroll down and we turn all of these off. So we turn all of these off and we just leave feeds on. Now, when we've made the ads, we'll duplicate this ad set and then we'll do one that only has stories and reels on, and then we'll start them both and we'll see which one works better. But I'll show you what that looks like in a moment. So then we go over to the ads. From there, obviously, we go ahead and choose our videos, choose our images, whatever it is that we're using. What I personally recommend is I recommend videos at the moment. Now, I can't show you the exact videos that we use because I believe that our videos are unbelievable, and it's the reason why our clients are getting one of the reasons why our clients are getting like crazy results. But what I don't want to do is I don't want to saturate the market. I know there's a lot of people who watch these videos. If every single person who watches this video changes to the exact same videos that we're using, then that's going to oversaturate the market, which means that video ad isn't going to work anymore. But what I would just recommend is, what I will say is, if you use a very personable video where people can get to know you and get to know your school, then that's going to work better than images. Because you'll stand out. What a lot of people do in the martial arts space is they're all running the same sort of ads. They're running images, they're running, collages, and they're just running the same sort of ads so they don't stand out. Now, if you don't stand out and everyone's running the same sort of ads, you're not going to get very good cost per lead, especially because everyone's advertising. Now, if you switch to like videos and do a video that really separates you from everyone else, whether that's a promo video or whatever that is, you're going to stand out more than the images that other people are putting up. So I'd recommend, trying videos if you're currently doing images. We're noticing videos are working really, really well. From there, I'd recommend doing a long form ad copy. You can use ChatGPT to do that. Like, I think I've got a video on my YouTube channel right now showing you how you can make an ad copy. Like, I'm not going to show you that on here because, we're hitting the 10-minute mark. I'm trying to fly through this. And then what I'd also recommend is doing a shorter ad copy as well, that's straight to the point. Now, what I will say super quick is, first you want to call out to the audience, parents of Birmingham, to the audience. Second, why? What's the benefits? 3, the offer. And 4, click sign up. So you want a short one that really just basically goes through them really, really quick, and then a long form ad copy that does a deeper dive into the benefits of martial arts and what it really does for people. And then what I recommend is a headline like "Join us today," and then an emoji or something like that, and then a headline. And then what we recommend is doing 3 different headlines, and we find that works quite well. So 3 different headlines. Description, we don't do any description. We haven't really felt a need to. And then the call to action that we do is sign up. I know other people say click learn more, but when people are clicking this ad, they're not learning more. They're going through to the form. And I just think it's a bit disingenuous to tell people to click learn more, and then they're clicking learn more and they're going through to the ad, and that's not what they're doing. They're not going through to learn. They're going through to actually sign up and become a lead. So I just think if you tell people what they're actually doing, then they're more likely to follow through and do that action when they actually go through. That's just my take on it personally. But you can do either sign up or learn more, and then just within the ad copy at number 4, just tell them what exactly the button says. So click sign up or click learn more, whatever that button is. Cool. Now, once you've made this ad completely and it's all done and you're very happy with it, you've attached the lead form, you've done everything that you need to do. In fact, let's attach a lead form. Instant form. Oh, I need to select a page. We're not going to do a lead form. Lead forms are simple enough to do. So obviously attach a lead form to this. Now, once you've done that, what I'd recommend doing is I'd recommend naming the ad set. So if we scroll down, you can see we're doing 3 kilometers, 23 to 57, men and women. So what I recommend doing, and we're also doing feeds only. So what I'd name it is feeds 23 to 57, 3 kilometers, men and male and female. So we can look at this and we straight away know exactly what it is that we're targeting. Now, if you click these 3 dots here and click quickly duplicate, what that's going to do is it's going to make an exact copy. And now we can change this ad set name to the other ones, so stories and reels. So highlight these, unhighlight these, and then change this one so it says stories and reels. And then once you've done that, everything else here will be the exact same as the one that you did here, which means you'll literally be good to go, except the only difference that will be is this one will be targeting stories and reels and this one will be targeting feeds. Now, what that would have done is that would have duplicated your budget. So if you look at your budget, you're now spending £15 on this one and £15 on this one. If that's too much, just split this down into the middle, £7.50, drop this one down to £7.50, and then you'll still be spending your £15 per day. Now, what I would recommend now is go ahead and click publish. I'm not going to click publish because I haven't set the lead form up, so it's not going to work. I'm just going to click out of it, but click publish and you'll literally be good to go and you'll have the exact sort of campaigns that we run. As I said, we run video ads as opposed to images. We find videos work really, really well, especially if you create videos that look way different to like what your competitors have. You can speak to us. I know some really, really good videographers that can do you a promo video for a good price. So that's the sort of stuff you could be looking at, making videos that really stand out and look different to your competition. If you don't look any different to your competition, you're just going to get the same, standard £10 to £15 per lead that everybody else is getting. Cool. So as you can see, it will now say Kids Campaign Birmingham. If we go down to the ad set level, you can see this one's feeds and this one's stories. When they are both running, you can scroll across and you can look at the results, so the cost per result, and you can see which one's performing better. Now, let's imagine that stories and reels is getting us a cost per lead of like £2 a lead, and feeds are getting us a cost per lead of like £8 a lead. What we'd do is we'd simply turn this one off, we'd scroll down to the end, and we'd change this budget to £15 instead, and we'd put more money into the ad that is performing better. But overall, that is the exact structure that we use when it comes to running Facebook ads. That's what we see ourselves get amazing results with. So feel free to steal that structure, put some videos in, and see what sort of results you get. Also, underneath this video, there's a link that you can click if you want to see what exactly it is that we do to get our clients like crazy results. Feel free to click it or not. It's completely up to you. I don't mind if you do either way. I just want to say genuinely from the bottom of my heart, thank you for watching this video. I hope you've took some stuff from it. And if you didn't understand how to set Facebook ads up before, I'm guessing you probably do now. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it. Feel free to like underneath and subscribe or whatever. If you do that, it will tell the YouTube algorithm that you like these sort of videos, which means more will be pushed to you in the future, which means I can continue to help you more. But yeah, as I said, there's a link underneath this video. If you want to click it, feel free. If not, thank you for joining me and hope you've enjoyed the video.